We are back, Big Board Sports. Brady, Farkas, Zach By in for Roger today. So, Zach, we were just talking about the basketball tournament, this 5-on-5. Winner takes home $2 million amateur. Well, you just can't be an NBA player. Basketball tournament. I asked you who you would take as your 5, and run down your 5 again.
Well, the 5 that I took was Taylor Battle at the 1, Jimmer at the 2, Jason McCreath at the 3, Rashaun Freeman, Ray at the 4, and James Thomas at the 5.
So you got 3 Schenectady guys in there, Taylor Battle and Jimmer. You're coming off the benches. So I gave the parameters. You can only take local guys. So on that team at the 4, you had Rashaun Freeman out of UMass, Schenectady High School. He is with us now in studio. Rashaun, welcome.
What's going on? Nice to be here. How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing great, man.
You honored to be in Zach's 5?
Absolutely, for sure. You can go with a lot, but it's like a big debate, and you definitely have to do errors, because if you just put it up for debate of all times, you're gonna have people calling in and arguing and complaining that they're not on the list. But I like that list.
Great.
I would have changed a couple. Exactly. I would have changed a few players, but that's why it's good. It's good to debate, because it's so many different people that you can put in that 5.
So go ahead, Ray. So go ahead. Who's your 5? I already know. I could almost already guess who guys you're gonna have. But go ahead.
Can I just say on the team?
Yes, on the team.
I don't want to say like my.
No, you don't have to rank. You don't have to rate.
All right, so I would definitely put Willie Dean on the team, because he's just unbelievable. Like, he had like an amazing overseas career as well. I would put Emmanuel Maben, just because I'm familiar with him. Like, I got him to come to UMass for a year. I played with him with the Albany City Rocks, and like his court vision. Like, I played against and played with some of the best guards in the world, and his court vision was unbelievable.
You can't teach that, man. Eyes in the back. I got a chance to play with him with the legends, and he would see he would see what you were gonna do before you even thought to do it.
Exactly. So he's underrated as well. And I would definitely put Mark Lyons on the team.
Cheeks,
just for his toughness and confidence, and and like his court awareness. It's so many different people, but I would have I like your 5. I would have you can definitely win with that 5. It's a couple other players I would have just added to that team.
How are you not going to put Dags on there? Dags is your boy. Dags one of the best point guards to come out of Section 2.
Definitely.
Overseas star. Is Dags getting on your bench at least?
No, the Dags is on the team. He's one of those point guards that sees everything. He has the highest IQ of anyone I've ever played with. But I've been in the line of fire with a guy like Taylor Battle. Taylor, man, think about this. The Big Ten is the oldest conference in college basketball. He's the first player in the history of the conference to score 2,000 points, have 500 rebounds, and 500 assists. He's the only guy. So I mean that to me, and you're doing it in the Big Ten, and you're
playing for a bad team in the Big Ten at the time.
They won the NIT at the game winner against Florida to win the NIT. That's still a prestigious tournament. Don't take away from my man Bugs.
I didn't take away
a little bit before my era, but I heard good things about him. And he's doing a lot with like the youth right now and everything like that.
Yeah, he's real conscious.
So Rashaun Freeman with us, Schenectady High School graduate, played at UMass, multiple time All A-10 selection, first team in the Atlantic 10. So Rashaun, you're playing overseas right now. I think with 9-year professional career now.
So the V10. Yeah,
that's crazy.
You just won the title this past season in Uruguay. Are you going back to Uruguay this year?
Absolutely, yeah. Like I knew once I won the championship there, I was real comfortable there, and they were comfortable with me. And like, it's almost like you move around so much, to have a good fit with a team is like a dream, because then like you have stability, and like the fans, the people there, like they love you. So it's good to go back to somewhere that you're welcomed.
Give us a rundown of the countries that you've played in.
Oh boy, let's see. I was in France for 2 years. I was in Germany, Belgium, Russia, Israel for 2 years, China for 2 summers. I played in Puerto Rico for 1 summer. I played in Bosnia and Argentina, and I just left Uruguay. Uruguay is right next to Argentina.
Out of all those countries, what was your favorite and why?
Living-wise was probably Israel, just because it's so Americanized, and a lot of people there speak English, and like the food is Americanized. It's just like a comfortable place, and the weather's nice all year round. I would have to say that, but I'm a vet now, so now I know it's most important to be treated well and to get what you're worth. Like, you know, like if you go there and they say that you're going to play and you're going to get your money on time, you know, as a vet, that's what I expect. So it's not really about being that comfortable. It's about, you know, just going there and getting what they said that they was going to do for you.
So we're talking about Jimmer maybe going overseas. Looks like there's some reports that he might go play in China. What would your advice be to him about taking that step to go overseas? You know, what's it like?
You know, for him, he's gonna always be in like the NBA eye, cause like he's like a good talent. He's a good person. You know, he's a good team player. So I feel like wherever he goes, the NBA is gonna always have an eye on him. But for him to go to China, and I played in China before, and it's like with him, it's gonna be perfect for him. It's tailored for him because they're gonna demand a lot from him. So he's gonna have to take a lot of shots, and you give Jimmer a lot of shots, we all know what he's gonna do with it. So it's just like it's perfect for him, and they pay well, and it's just like they had players go over there and do well, and then I believe like their season is over a couple months before the NBA. Yeah. So he's gonna be able to play well, get a check, and then have a chance to come back to the NBA right before like the playoff. So I feel like he's gonna do well there, and then he's gonna come back and get a shot at the NBA once again.
Yeah, there's no doubt he's gonna put up numbers. 11 guys in that league average 30 or more.
Absolutely.
So he's gonna be one of those guys. All right, I gotta reference one of the great moments that you had at UMass. UConn, number one team in the country. Yo, UConn is the number one team in the country, stacked. And that was when they had a Mecca Okafor. You had a
No. They didn't have him at the time.
Was it Josh Boone and
Josh?
Charlie Villanueva.
Charlie, yeah.
I remember
Rudy Gay. Yeah.
Rudy Gay.
Yeah.
I remember you had those guys like jumping around with all because you had I used to call you man of 1,000 moves, 1,000 pivots, and you're lefty too. You had these guys like jumping everywhere, and you hit the game winner
and ran off
the court and into the crowd with time still left on the clock.
Yeah, that was like my best moment of my career, and it was the worst.
Yeah.
At that time, you know, I was young, and you know, I wanted that game. I wanted to win that game so bad, and I feel like at the end I let the emotion get the best of me because I did hit the game, win a shot, but I also celebrated and just was so animated after that. I could have lost us the game, but you know, with that, like I lived and learned because like I realized that like I'm an emotional player, so it's like I have to, in order for me to play at a high level, I had to learn to control my emotions no matter what. So that game definitely let me know like no matter how big or the game is going, I have to learn to control my emotions.
Rashaun Freeman with us, 1045 The Team, 1045theteam.com. Brady Farkas, Zach By in for Roger Weiland today on Big Board Sports. Rashaun Freeman plays overseas now, former Schenectady High basketball player. Zach and I were talking about this earlier. The last time you and I spoke, I asked you who the best player you ever played against locally was. Now I just want to know who's the best player you've played against ever in general.
Who's the best guy you've ever been on the floor?
Overseas, college, who's the best guy you played against? Who had the most games?
Even if it's pickup.
Even if it was pickup, I would have to say, wow. I remember I was in where was I? I think I was in Baltimore or something, and I was playing pickup with Tyson Chandler, and I mean like he was blocking my jump shot. You know what I mean? So I was kind of figuring like how can I get my shot off against him? You know what I mean? But like it's a bunch of different players. Like I played pickup with Mecca Okafor, a lot of different players. So like it's hard to say, but like when you play against people that are clearly better than you and taller than you and stronger than you, it let me know that I had a long way to go and that I had to continue to get better. And I was a professional at the time. But when you play against people that are better, like you automatically, if you're I want to say, like, if you have any fight in you, you're going to want to get better in order to play at a high level. And to play against people that are clearly better than you, it just makes your game that much better because you know you got a long way to go.
All right, how much time we got left here, Brady?
We got about 3 minutes.
All right, I'm going to tell the story in 1 minute. So for those who don't know, Ray is from Hamilton Hill in Schenectady, which is, if those who don't know, you haven't been in the Capital Region long enough, but it's one of the notorious hardest communities out, and you could back me up on that, right? Yeah. I mean, really, like only the strong survive. And I used to go there as this white kid from Scotia and play in Jerry Burrell Park, and I used to get looked at sideways.
Clearly remember that too.
Yeah, like, oh, yo, Scotia, I'd be the only white guy in the league. But I remember I saw some wild stuff, but one of the wildest things I ever saw, and I'm totally going to date you here. This is going to jog back your memory. There was a mom who goes onto the court. I don't even know if you remember this. She goes, She goes, hey. She gets everyone's attention. She goes, hey. She goes, I'll give $20 to anyone that can go catch my son. He wants to throw rocks at his mama. Dude, so the whole hood takes off. I'm talking like 35 guys after this 13-year-old kid. Everyone disappears for like 25 minutes. 25 minutes later, Ray comes back with him, has the kid by the collar, gets the $20 from the mom, and the mom was like, yo, you want to throw rocks at your mama? And starts going off on the kid physically right there in the street. But I remember, you were like jumping over backyards and stuff for this kid. Do you remember that?
I was 13 when that happened. You're making me feel old.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Wow, yeah. I definitely remember.
You want to throw rocks at your mom? 25 minutes later, you come back with the kid. You caught him.
That was a crazy moment. But there was a lot of things that went on in that park. But like, it definitely like the people that we named. Mark Lyons, James Thomas, and Willie Dean, like we was all brought up and raised in that park. So, you know, like to have those experiences and be able to grow with like a lot of different players from that area, it was a real good time.
I remember when you came back from UMass. I remember you came back. And you know, you're a local hero over there, you know. Uh-huh. You came back and I remember you showed up to Jerry Burrell. You had a long white sleeve on, and you had Julius Erving UMass throwback. That was on the throwbacks. You remember you had that jersey?
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, wow, that's Ray.
Still got it.
That's Ray. Wow, he's at UMass, and he's wearing a UMass throwback. Like, that is sick. Yeah.
Rashaun Freeman with us, Brady and Zach in for Roger today. Rashaun, we'll get you out of here on this. Last time you and I spoke was about a month ago, and you were starting to work on a project. You're looking to give back to the Schenectady community.
Absolutely.
You're looking to inspire the community there. How is that project going? And I think you were going to play a documentary at Proctor's or something. Am I right on that?
Yeah. We're still putting it together, and the more and more I tell people, they want to make it as big as possible. So I mean, like we're trying to put all the footage we can together, and I'm trying to continue to still give back to the community. Actually, a few days ago, I gave maybe like $1,500 to like 3 different kids so they can go off to school and get like books and comforters and just so they can be more prepared for college, because when I was in their position I wasn't able to do that. So for me to be in the position that I'm in and to be able to give back means a lot to me, because I know exactly what they're going through.
That's awesome, Ray.
A great story. Rashaun Freeman, we appreciate you being with us. Best of luck with this continued project and giving back to the Schenectady community. We know they appreciate it and look up to you. And then, hey, we look forward to seeing how you do in Uruguay again this year.
Yeah, and the next time we have you on, you got to give us a sample of you singing. Because I remember at Greg Kuback camp, you getting up there and doing something, you had the whole place like, what? Ray can sing too?
Nah, I come from a singing family, but like that's not my thing. I just do it for fun. You know, like everybody got their own thing that people don't really know about that they do. And yeah.
That's cool, man. It's cool. Well, thanks a lot for coming on with us,
For sure.